The media loves him because he literally eats W's. The fans love him because he seems to always make time for them. He's had some amazing workout videos on social. And when I ask dudes around the league about him, everybody loves playing with him because he's nonstop comedy. He works his tail off and he's a great leader, great teammate. We all want to see Jameis Winston get a chance to start again, but where? Now, he could reunite with Sean Payton in Denver. Maybe Atlanta or New England's an option for him. But let's take a look at the tape and get a better understanding of what Jameis is great at and try and see what might be a good fit for him. This is the most recent, significant playing time. This is at Minnesota, week 10. Derek Carr gets hurt in the third quarter with, I think, a concussion or shoulder, and Jameis comes in. Okay, so flood concept. We're getting wide going down the field. We've got a sail route here, deep over, and then a follow dig, and Jameis is going to get pressure on the first play of the game. Not pressure like blitz pressure, pressure just like dudes in his face. Okay, climbs in the pocket, two hands on the ball, and able to find Olave backside. It's a really well thrown ball too. So Olave's got the dig. He's climbing right. Could take the check down. I don't think Jameis takes a lot of check down. Sorry, this is fourth down. And rips this thing over this dude's head for a huge play. So tough coming in off the bench too. You had 0 reps that week, and I know you say well, he's already a starter. He's gotten a lot of reps. No, but it's like that reps like that week to prepare for that game. And so what you do get in scout team is the ability to throw to guys. You just don't throw to your guys, and you don't usually have to move around like this when you're getting scout team reps. But again, 2 hands on the ball. You look right here and you go like, well, what's wrong with that guy? I don't know. I don't ever judge what guys see when they're on the move. High degree of difficulty throw, easy to underthrow that and let that get picked. And this thing is up on his forehead and gives him an opportunity to make a big play. So Jameis Winston, not known for his wheels, juking, hurdling, jumping, stiff arming, but he has the ability to buy time, create space, particularly when it comes to pushing the ball down the field. All right, second play, same game. And this is tough because, like I said, when you're the 2 in season, you're just not getting that many reps with Chris Olave, with Mike Thomas. You're just not. And so timing, feel, all that, sometimes that's the first time you've repped that in a long time with that guy, and a lot of times not at game speed. So he's just going to line up, and this is pretty simple. We're going to throw a fade here, but he's just going to give his guy a chance here. It's first down. This is on, I think, Patrick Peterson, but just puts this thing up. It was a hell of a catch by Chris Olave. Catch to get 2 in. A lot of people catch that ball. It's just not that many of them catch that and get 2 feet inbounds. And it's an amazing catch. But I don't know. I think it's a hell of a throw too. To get in here, this is a pretty complex look here. Okay, so we've got, he's a down lineman, he's a down lineman, he's a down lineman, he's a down lineman. We've got 7 guys down. So we've got the nickel, we've got the Mike, and if we want to say that, we've got the Will. So this is a 5 or probably a 6-man protection. We got 7 guys down. So what's just as impressive as the throw is him communicating with the guard, hey, let's go ahead and slide this thing out here. And so now what they're able to do is they're going to take these 4 guys right here, essentially sliding for 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to have the back slide across, scan across, and pick up Hicks in that gap, and then we're just going to throw off whoever the popper is. So it's like these 4 for these 5 over here on the right, and then the back's going to scan across for 58, and that's usually not going to be blocked forever. This ball's got to come out. Again, Jameis is able to dial up the protection and then know that this ball's got to come out. And he does. He gets smoked, and he puts this thing where only his boy can get it. Again, unbelievable catch. But that's a hell of a job with protection and a really, really well-thrown ball. And this right here sums up Jameis Winston in one play. So let me just hit stats for a second here, career-wise. Jameis has thrown 141 touchdowns and 99 picks. What that means is high risk, high reward. That's a lot of touchdowns in the amount of years that he's played. It's also a lot of picks. It's not even quite a 2-to-1 ratio, which is not ideal. But this play just summarizes it right here. So we've essentially got 3 verts up top, okay? So we're going to get jiggy down the field, and then we're going to shut it down here. It might even be a 4-vert type situation, and he's just shutting it down. And Jameis comes back here, doesn't have anything right away. Nothing backside, essentially a 7-man protection. Okay, he's going to roll left and then go, all right, I'm right here, and I like him right there. This is like, I mean, there's some like crazy arm dudes who would attempt this ball every single time. There's a long list of starting quarterbacks who would not make this attempt. They just run to the left, check it down, whatever. And then there's Jameis, who's like, nah, I got this. So he just kind of like crow hops into this. Look at this position he gets into. This is hilarious. Crow hops into this thing, but he gets a bunch on it and he rips this thing. Former teammate of mine, Chad Henne, would call this a piss missile, and his boy goes up and fights for it. Second touchdown of this piece of content. And Jameis running around making plays. He's got the ability to do it. Okay, lots of other options here. Not touchdown options, but just options to get rid of it and not make a bad play worse, but ends up finding a completion. So a couple of relevant stats here. His most recent season starting, this was 21 before tearing his ACL. He was right at 60%, 1,100 yards, 14 touchdowns, 3 picks. Okay, so I think of late, the touchdown to interception ratio has been better. That's 14-3. And then you go most recent full season starting back in 2019, 33 touchdowns, 30 picks. That was like, I think, the 30-30 club that you don't want to be in or whatever. They were 7-9, 60%. Again, high risk, high reward, pushing the ball down the field. Now you go back to 2015 to 2019. So when he was the starter that stretch, 7th in yards over that time, 7th in yards per game over that time, 10th in touchdowns, 1st in interceptions. So when it comes to where's he going to go next, I don't think, I watch him play, I don't think that he's fallen off or dropped off any on the talent side of things. And if anything, I think as they play longer and they get older, they get more mature, they get more risk averse, they understand and can kind of like talk themselves out of bad decisions or forcing things more often as they get older. So I would say whoever gets Jameis right now, you're still getting the ability to push the ball down the field. You're still getting a dynamic leader who's awesome, who's a magnet. He's a national champion, you know what I mean? He's a winner. But I just think you're getting an older, more mature. This might sound silly, but like married with kids, I don't know. I see that translate on the field to more mature players over time. And so I would say whatever's next for Jameis, again, reuniting with Sean Payton potentially. You know, New England has a vacancy. Atlanta's probably going to do something. There's a couple of teams. There's also some players who could move that could create a vacancy. But I think somebody's going to get a seasoned veteran who's been around for a long time, been a starter, been a backup. So has his way of doing it. Also has been around Derek Carr for a long time and other players. And so I think you're getting a seasoned veteran who's at a point in their career where they've made a lot of money. So that's not the motivating trying to get that first deal, but somebody who's just trying to build on what they've created. And if given another opportunity to start, knows how they want to handle it. Very similar to what we just saw Baker Mayfield do this past season after being a backup and bouncing around, getting an opportunity, taking it, running with it. So I'm excited to see where Jameis goes. I actually think there's a couple of spots that could be really good for him, and whoever gets him is getting seasoned vet who likes pushing the ball down the field and hopefully is more risk averse than he was between 2015 and 2019, his last full stretch as a starter. Jameis Winston, fired up to see this unfold.